Hello everyone. I hope you are having a beautiful day today. So a little bit of a background check before I dive into my topic for the day. So for those of you who I have become friends with on Facebook, again, my old profile that I've had for pretty much 12 years now got hacked. And a lot of people who I'm friend requesting or whatever are thinking that I am now the hacker because they think my old profile is still true and blue. But it's not, and so this is my new fresh start profile. And so yeah, this is my first official live stream being back on because I took a little time trying to retrieve my old account. But that didn't work out, so I'm not giving it much more of my time and energy. I just want to address that to make people aware for those of you who like to keep up with me and my live streams and whatnot. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And this topic for the day, I just am so excited to talk about. I was thinking the other day and actually put it in my notes right away, and I totally bought into this thought and idea that came up in my mind that just really clicked for me, and I wanted to share it. So it may resonate with some of you guys, and I totally think you'll love it. So here it goes. Thoughts are like salespeople. So many people feel like that they don't have any control over their thoughts, and they're just spinning the wheels inside, going, and 50 miles a minute, and they just feel overwhelmed by their thinking. And when I was thinking about that the other day, because I totally used to be one of those people in the past, growing up into my early adult years, being a mother, I was very overwhelmed by a lot of the thoughts that came into my mind in my life. And I know that that's something that a lot of people deal with every day. It's why we as Americans have so much anxiety, so much stress, and even a lot of the reason of why it is that we go into, a superficial depression that may not be medical grade depression, but it is something that is definitely worth addressing in your life. So when I thought about this, I was like, man, this is just amazing, and this is going to make it click for so many people when it comes to dealing with your thoughts. So imagine your thought that is being offered up in your brain, something that bubbles up, something that may come up frequently or infrequently, whatever. They are like salespeople. Imagine a lot of us have dealt with salespeople, if not all of us, some good experiences, some bad, and they come up and they're offering us something, and that is exactly what thoughts do in our mind. We get to choose which ones that we entertain, which ones that we buy into, which ones that we're, okay with being around, but not something that we want around all the time. So when thoughts are offered up to you like salespeople, you would automatically, if you were not feeling it, if you were feeling like the vibe with that salesperson was off, you would just leave it alone and walk away. You wouldn't feel the need to stand there and be there, or even feel the need to give it any more time than absolutely necessary. You would just refocus, walk away, and go about your day. And that's exactly what it is that humans can do when thoughts come up in our mind. Imagine a thought that comes up, and it's something that you've allowed yourself to think and entertain and buy into, believing that it's true, believing that it's for you, believing that you're meant to have it there. But if it's something that you don't like, just like a salesperson, if it's the product you don't like, if it's the person you don't like, if it's the scenario, the context that you don't like, you can walk away. You can leave it alone. You can refocus on something else. And yes, sometimes that salesperson or that sales pitch will be going on in the background. You'll still be hearing it in a certain scenario that maybe you can't get away from right away. But it's something that, hold on a second. Okay, I got another connection. Sorry, my internet was fluctuating a little bit, but it says we're back on now. So imagine that that's going on in the background. You can completely refocus on something else and not give it your time, energy, even if it's going on in the background. We don't have to feel like a victim to our thoughts. We have a choice to either buy into it, invest in it, and truly believe it in that manner, and that is great. if what it is, that salesperson and that sales pitch is something that is of interest of you, something that you want to invest in, something that you want to believe about yourself as far as the thoughts go. But you have just as much ability to not buy into it and just realize it is what it is, and you can leave it alone. That's not for you. Just because something is being offered up to you does not mean that you have to entertain it with your time and energy, and even more so buy into it as if it is true, as if it is for you. You have a choice. You have control over it, just as the scenario with the salesperson and their sales pitch. So the next time that you're struggling over a thought, maybe something negative that you've allowed to go over and over like a tape recorder in your brain on repeat, you have the ability to say, no, I don't like that. I don't like the energy. I don't want to buy into it. And guess what? It can still be playing in the background, even if it doesn't go away right away. And you can refocus on something else, something that you do like, something that you're choosing for yourself. And you'll notice as you turn your attention away from it, time and time again, it'll eventually just fade away for good, for the long term. And you can keep addressing your thoughts that way. Seeing them as salespeople, seeing them as sales pitches, that you have the ability to say, no thanks, that's not for me. And having the feeling of resistance, like, oh, stay away, that can have a negative feeling as well. So you don't even have to really resist, just be like, that's not for me. That's not for me. Having the light-hearted feeling behind it makes a really big difference. And a lot of people may not understand, why even take the time to sort through your thoughts? That takes so much time and energy. That takes so much of your focus. Well, I'm going to tell you that not doing it takes up way more of your time and energy. When you start doing thought work, when you start doing the energy work, the pre-work, you get so much of the nonsense out of your way. You carve so much stress out of your life. You take away so much of your time that is spent on mind drama, and you begin to eliminate it by being intentional about what you're thinking, about what you're focusing on, and what you're giving your energy to on a moment-to-moment basis. Honestly, as humans, we cannot afford to not do this because we waste so much of ourselves on things of this nature. How we feel, how we think, that is what our life is stemmed off of. That is where your roots are. So whatever you're watering between your thoughts and your feelings, that is what is going to continue to grow in your life. So start to have that visual in your mind when these silly little thought sales pitches bubble up in your mind, and be like, listen, salesperson, I'm not interested. Nope, not going to buy into it today. I'm not even going to give it any more of my time and energy. I'm just going to turn this way to something that I'm enjoying, something that I love, something that may be necessary, that I haven't been able to tend to because I'm so focused in my mind drama. For example, so many of us are having a hard time implementing healthy practices like exercise, or maybe taking a little more time to cook for ourselves a healthy meal instead of some quick and easy fast food option. And that opens up space, that opens up time to do things like that, things that you actually want to be able to do for yourself. And just this simple shift of thinking. So that is my encouragement to you guys today, and I'm so happy to be back and connected with all of you, and to more and more of you as time goes on, as I reconnect with all of my Facebook friends. So I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you again very soon. Much love, much gratitude to you. Bye.